Welcome back to the Tree Rat Slayers show. Today is episode 2. Last week we did episode 1 and we worked on calls, we played with some dogs, and we showed y'all nunchuck trampoline art, okay? Today I am going to teach you how to build a fire, okay? With using that there fire pit right there. And I'm going to show you wilderness skills on how to build a fire when you're in the middle of the forest, okay? So, without further ado, let's get into this show. Here we go. Me and Lynn May are going to teach you how to build a fire using wilderness techniques. Ain't that right, Lily May? Okay, so first, you go out in the woods and you find you some lighter wood. Yeah. Now, lighter wood smells almost like gasoline, in my opinion. And it's this red color here, okay? See, look, she's smelling it. Oh. So, then, you get this right here. It's called a fire pit. You have these all over the place. The woods is a literal fire pit. And you get you as much lighter wood as you possibly can. Get it up on there. Yeah. I'm going to start you up a fire. And then you get your handy dandy lighter, as you should always have one on hand, and they're light. Ah, good grief, light. I think we got some faulty fuse here. Faulty fuse. Look, man, you grabbed the wrong stuff. Can't believe. I'm sorry, folks. She's new to this. You know what you did. Hey. Can't believe. Good grief. Oh, we got some flames. Oh, they went away. And that is how you start a fire wilderness way. Let's move on to the next segment, where we will show you yet some more wilderness skills. This next segment, I'm going to tell you about the animals' techniques, okay? Because these animals, they're crafty, okay? And the smartest, most craftiest, most devious one of all, can you guess what it is? Really? Not even a single guess? How about you in the back? Okay. It's the squirrel. They outsmart me all the time. Them little nut pickers, I mean, they get on my nerves. I mean, come on. You think you get them every time, but then they just show you something new. Like, they use decoys as like logs and stuff. In fact, one got me convinced that a piece of a tree was a squirrel one time. But really, the squirrel had been gone the whole time, but it was just the tree I was shooting at. I mean, come on, people. You gotta learn how to outsmart these creatures. So what I learned to do is talk like them. Just like I was telling y'all the other day. Like this. They think that's just their crazy cousin Carl. I don't know. I mean, come on. Ain't that right, Lily May? It even confuses her because she thinks it's an actual squirrel. But now here you go. This is the smartness scale of animals. You got at the very bottom of the list, number 10, a gnat. Number 9, a raccoon. Number 8, rats. Number 4, crows. Number 5, you got the octopus. Number 6, you got the, whatever that animal is. Number 7, you got the elusive chupacabra. Number 3, you got all them monkeys and stuff, like the gorillas and all that, like King Kong. Number 2, you got dolphins. Hey, I don't care who you are, dolphins are smart, okay? And number 1, you got the squirrel. I hate them little guys, but they sure do taste good, I tell you what. Squirrel is the best meat you will ever have, okay? Like, I don't care who you are. You may be a vegan, I don't know. But if you ain't had squirrel, you ain't been living, okay? Most people are like, ooh, that's a rodent, I don't want to eat that. I mean, really? It's food. Food is food. When we go into apocalypse and you people all dying because you all picky eaters, I will be the one that's around, surviving the zombies and everything. Like, I have my place of safety right here. All the squirrels I could eat right in there. Right over there. Right over there. Right over there. In that freezer, in that red shed over there. Hey. Yeah, those are my victims. Them squirrels. Oof. One day, I'm going to get them all. They're going to know what it means. Okay. Now we're going to move in to our last segment, which I will tell you a great story about how one time I saw the strangest creature ever, but nobody believes me. Now I'm going to be telling y'all the story about how I saw the most phantasmal creature ever, and to this day, no one believes I actually saw it. I saw firsthand a chupacabra. I don't care who you are, it was a chupacabra. I seen it twice. Okay, so it was about a few months ago. It was probably late March. I was walking out in them woods right there. Actually, not them right there. It was a little deeper back that way, you know. And I saw the ugliest animal ever. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's a chupacabra. This thing was about knee high, had barely any hair, had like frizzly hair here and there, but not that much. Had long nails, it was all jacked up. And its teeth, it needed an orthodontist, I tell you what. And its eyes was yellow and it had pointy, jacked ears. Like, you know them ears that are like, I'm trying to think, the gremlins. You know what gremlin ears looked like? Yeah, that's what this thing had. It had a long cat-like tail, and that's pretty much all I can use to describe it, because this thing was ugly. And I looked at that thing, and that thing just looked at me like, huh? And I was like, huh? We just sat there and stared at each other for 1 minute, but he was staring at me in 2 different directions at the same time. He was looking at the ground and me. That's how ugly this thing was. His tongue was hanging out the whole time. He looked like he was hit by a truck a few times. I was like, oh my goodness, that thing's ugly. But I was like, that's a chupacabra. And then I went home, I told everybody. They called me a big fat liar. They're like, you were kidding, you did not see no chupacabra. I was like, hey, I saw a chupacabra firsthand. And then, the same occurrence happened a few months later. It was very recent. It was back in November. I was driving, and one ran right in front of me in the road. I almost hit it. I was like, ah! Whoa, 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 boys, whoa. And I was like, oh no! And yeah, it crossed the road, went to the other side. So, hey. She's probably barking at Chupacabra right now. That's Josie Wales. She's a hunting dog. But as I was saying, hey, nobody believed about the driving Chupacabra either. Hey. Well. That's about all the time we got for today. Tune in next week to hear more and more stories of the great unknown and go on more wacky adventures with Clayton Lee. That is the tree rat slayer and his sidekick, who just walked out of the view of the camera, signing off.